Hello everybody, Terris here with the Chelsea Area Chamber of Commerce, coming to you with another Business Spotlight Series interview. Today I'm coming to you from the McKibbin Media Group on the south side of Jackson. I'm joined by Dennis Worden, General Manager here at the McKibbin Media Group. How are you doing today, Dennis?
Good, doing really well, thank you.
Awesome.
Appreciate you having us on today.
Oh yeah, thanks for making some time. I want to make sure we tell people you guys are down here and what you got going on, because you got a lot going on. So,
Yep, radio never sleeps.
yeah, there you go. That's a good way of putting it. True.
Yeah.
Well, let's do what we always do. Let's get a little bit of history. How long you guys been here? How did you get here? Why are we in a swamp? What is up?
Well, we're kind of in a forest, technically,
yes,
but we radio in Jackson's been around for the best part of 70 plus years. WIBM actually was founded in the 20s,
Oh, wow.
and then WKHM came around later in the 40s and 50s time frame. So we've been around a long time. Now, McKibbin Media Group itself was formed about almost 3 years ago now.
Okay.
Jamie McKibbin and his wife Katina McKibbin bought the stations from the previous owners that had owned it for 20 years. And so McKibbin Media Group has actually been formed just in the last three. And it's unfortunate, the story, but Jamie was our owner, and then he passed away at a young age on a hunting trip. And so they were fortunate to bring me on board to help kind of sustain the business for Katina as the primary owner of our business. But the radio stations have been around a long time, and they've been around Jackson a long time. WKHM and WIBM by far have been the oldest stations, and some of the oldest in Michigan, frankly.
Oh, wow.
We have 4 different stations here in Jackson now. K105.3 FM is our big bread and butter station. That's
Sure.
our top 40.
Yep.
That reaches the Chelsea market, obviously. We also have News Talk 970 and 101.5 FM, which is WKHM. That is our News Talk station. That's where Greg O'Connor, he's been on the air with us for 45 years.
Holy Toledo.
He's still with us today.
Yeah.
And he has been doing the news for us in the mornings for a long, long time, and it's been a very news-heavy channel for us that people really enjoy and have gotten used to listening to in the Jackson and surrounding communities. We also have 2 other stations. We have a station called the Power Cow, which is 95.9 FM, which is country music. That's been with us a few years now, but we really enjoy country music in this market and feel like that's a really sustainable format for our business. And then we also have a sports station, 101.9 FM up there,
right there.
Jackson's Fox Sports. And that we also carry a lot of Detroit sports. We carry Michigan State. We carry all 4 Detroit professional sports on our airwaves here. We carry a lot of high school football. So having a sports station is good for sports coverage. So we got 4 big stations, and we also have 2 stations in the Hillsdale market in the county next to us. We actually have 2 stations that we own down there too.
didn't
So
know
we have
that.
6 stations in our portfolio.
And now those 2, that's obviously they're hubbing out of a different station, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
92.1 FM WCSR, and then 99.5 FM the Dale is our country stations, and WCSR is kind of a news talk top 40 format.
Okay.
And those 2 stations are located down in Hillsdale County. So
That's
we actually
awesome.
have 6 stations in our business portfolio.
I would say that's a huge collection of stuff. You guys have kind of got everything covered here, and some of them have been around, as you said, 50
Yes.
plus years. That is just impressive. I can't believe he's been here for 45. Is that what you said?
Yeah, pretty close to it anyway.
That is really awesome.
Yeah, that's the thing about radio, I think, that's fun is people like Greg O'Connor, who have been in this for so long. His father was actually in the business here 30 years before that.
Oh, wow.
Between him and his father, they pretty much covered the gamut of WKHM and WIBM forever. And
People get used to that. It's comforting, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
And that's why it's good to have long-time standing DJs and radio personalities on the air, because it's really important to have that connection as a listener to somebody in the community that really is talking about the news, talking about the political topics in the season that we're in. You know, it's important that people get their news. You can get your news from all sorts of different places, whether through your phone or through television and but radio still really is at a local level, really educational for the community. They really listen still really well in this market to the issues, because Greg really puts a great spin on things, and Steve Boyle, our afternoon host on Talkback Jackson, they really both touch on the subjects on WKHM that we really need, that are important to our community, and I think that's really important.
There's a trust with radio. Like you said, you can get your news from about 1 million different places now, literally. And that's turning into a lot of white noise and confusion, and you're not sure what to, where this is coming from. Is it some dude in his basement who's just making stuff up? And there's a validity and a trust that comes with radio, especially when it's someone you've been listening to for 45 years. You can really say like, oh yeah, I know this guy.
Well, and that's we're governed by the FCC, and and it's important that we get our facts straight. And like you said, like on the internet or a lot of other areas that maybe don't have the policing that radio does, we report the facts the way they are. And that's why I think people in our local community still look at radio as a great avenue to get interviews, to get information, because right now in this 24-hour news cycle that we're going in, radio is still about keeping it local. And I can't speak to the Detroit markets or the Chicago markets or the larger city markets, but for small town local community radio, I think people are really listening at a really high level because they want the right information. They want the facts on these issues, and we're the ones that are providing them to that. Because without really local newspapers in the gamut anymore, there's very few places you can go to get actual information, and so radio has kind of risen to the top almost in a lot of these small markets because of that.
Yeah, I believe it. No, it makes sense. And you guys are able to branch out. Now, do you guys have anything? Are you able to listen to any of this stuff in a streaming capacity, any of your stations?
Yeah, we do offer a couple streaming services, like K105.3 and our country station are music-driven stations, and they both have apps.
Nice.
You can listen to our news talk station and our sports station through streaming online through our websites. So we have the ability to do that. We don't offer apps for those two stations, for a variety of different reasons.
Sure.
But we do offer streaming services.
That's cool.
That's something in our business as a radio media group. We're trying to get better about offering other offerings other than digital, or other than radio, excuse me. Digital being a big part of that. We're trying to do more podcasting. We're trying to do more long-form Facebook posts. We're trying to do more stuff in the digital space to be able to grow our business, but also grow to get clients that advertise with us to be able to get the word out even more through some of our other channels other than just radio commercials.
I know we've had great luck. We worked with you guys a ton for Sounds and Sights this year. You guys did some of the digital ads for us. You came out and did a remote on a Thursday, one of our Sounds and Sights on Thursday nights, and came in and did multiple interviews. I mean, it was a great experience, and I know for a fact people showed up, they're like, oh, we've heard about it on the radio, and came in. So, especially in this area, if you're an advertiser and anywhere in the Jackson area, the western Washtenaw County, it's a really good opportunity for that kind of stuff. You guys have lots of different options for advertising and whatnot, right?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I think that's the, that's kind of why we're in bed with Chelsea and the Chamber of Commerce. We feel like the Chamber, you guys do a great job at the Chamber with communicating with your members. And we felt like because of K105.3 in particular, being that signal can reach out of the Chelsea area, but it still covers such a wide variety of markets around us, not just Jackson. And we feel like if there's any opportunities for businesses in the Chelsea area that might want to try to draw Jackson customers to Chelsea,
which most of them do,
because it is a 30-minute drive, a 40-minute drive, whatnot. We feel like there's an opportunity there for us to help get the word out in the Jackson area for Chelsea businesses and markets. So I mean, it's a cool relationship. We've never really done anything like this where we've joined a chamber and kind of gone outside our comfort zone of the Jackson area mainly. So this was something that we felt like it was needed, and Chelsea's a really growing good market, and obviously it's kind of almost, I don't know if it's kind of part of Ann Arbor, kind of in that same DMA, and I think that's really important for that area, and you guys got a lot of good things going on. So we're happy to be part of things, and we want to continue to be part of things.
Yeah, and well, we love hearing what you guys got going on out here too, so it's been great. I look forward to continuing that. He just said, come on and talk about our hometown holiday we got coming up, so great. Last but not least, we're gonna go give people a little tour of the space. Is there anything cool you can tell us about the building we're in here? Because it is unusual to be on the end of this road, just kind of back in the woods.
Well, I was told that's a great question. and I kind of know the history, but I'm not great at it. But
It's all right. If it's a little bit of folklore, that's okay. We can.
well, I was told that this building was built after World War II in the 50s. After World War II, there was still a need for the government to put facilities kind of out in the middle of nowhere. And if you look at this building, it kind of looks like a bomb shelter.
It does.
They needed a communication systems because they weren't sure after World War II was over whether this was going to be a common theme
Right.
with world wars and people and going to war. So they built these infrastructures and these facilities with technology and the equipment and the broadcasting in mind to be able to get out to the masses in an emergency situation, which is kind of where radio started back in the 20s and 30s. It was more for emergencies and more
Right.
it wasn't as informational and as entertaining as it is today. So that's part of the reason why this building is located where it is. Now, when it was first built, it was no bigger than this, probably 40 square foot, 100 square foot. And it since was added on over time, where you got one end of the building that houses programming, has all the studios that you'll see, but also we have sales offices on the other side. We've got the main towers in the back for our AM system. So it's a pretty nice compound back here in the woods. It's off the beaten path.
It is.
But
It's cool.
it's very private back here, and we just really like being alongside the lakes. We talk about being next to swamps.
Yeah.
For some reason, in AM broadcasting, being in swampy areas is something that, because in AM broadcasting, a lot of your signal goes through the ground. FM is in the airwaves. AM is through the ground and transmitted that way. And so swamps help with AM transmission for some reason.
That's
I don't
interesting.
understand the whole ins and outs of that. But,
That's interesting.
so that's kind of why we're located out here next to lakes and
Yeah.
kind of some swampy areas. But it's a beautiful forest.
It is.
We like being out in this location, kind of away from things where we can.
Y'all
do
got a
our
good.
business
Everyone's
and-
got a good view out their window.
Yeah.
It's nice.
Yeah, it is good. It's a good place to work, and Katina McKibbin's our owner. She's done a great job of taking over ownership as her husband passed away, and she's been really great with us. And we're just McKibbin Media Group is alive and well, and we're really excited to be part of communities all over this area, and Chelsea included in that.
Love
and
it.
I feel like it's a great opportunity for us, and we're really excited to continue to provide great radio for the community.
Well, I'm happy, and I wish you all the best. And I have a feeling we're gonna be here for another It's been 50, at least 70. Yeah. We got 70 more over
I
here.
hope so.
I'm sure.
At least
All right. Well,
one.
thank you so much for talking to me
Thank
today,
you.
and everybody, hang around, watch the tour of the spot. We'll see you guys all next time. Have a good day.